Hello world, my name is Atticus and welcome back to the break room.
I'm afraid you're too late. Any moment now, the final keyhole will be unsealed. This world will be plunged into darkness. It is unstoppable.
We'll stop it. After coming this far, there's no way we're gonna let that happen.
You poor, simple fools. You think you can defeat me? Me, the mistress of all evil!
And today we're fighting Maleficent. I think it's incredibly great that this entire time we've seen those treasure chests floating on pedestals up in the air, and the game's taught us to cast gravity on them to send them down, and now here, at the boss fight, we're rewarded for learning that lesson as you can instantly bring down Maleficent's little pedestal thing here. I really just kind of go for it without a single care about my own well-being. That's probably not the way to do this. But a promising start nonetheless. Look, and it lets us skip the scene this time. I don't know why that wasn't implemented everywhere else, but it's nice that it's here. Once again, this is me from the future. If you happen to miss that in any of the previous episodes. I think this might end up being a shorter episode, because while the length is 50 minutes, I'm pretty sure the only thing of note I really do is this fight. I'm not gonna make you guys watch all of the failed attempts, because I've decided to not focus on defense or self-preservation. I also happen to remember that I had an incredibly difficult time with the boss fight that comes after this one. So I went on a bit of a backtrackening, mostly just to level up a whole bunch. Too much, really. Oh, jeez. I like how the scan is focused on the pedestal and not Maleficent. It's a bit slower, but hiding here, at least we don't have to worry about the meteors. Oh, jeez.
Heal.
Well, maybe this fight didn't take me like a solid half hour. Not too bad, really. Donald learned cheer, and we've obtained Ansem's Report 5. We are gifted with a save point and a mysterious, dark, portal-y looking thing. So naturally, we save. And then we go through the mysterious, dark, portal-y looking thing.
Do you need some help?
Riku!
Yes, a Keyblade. But unlike yours, this Keyblade holds the power to unlock people's hearts. Allow me to demonstrate. Behold! Now, open your heart. Surrender it to the darkness. Become darkness itself!
This is it. This power. Darkness. The true darkness!
So I'm fairly certain that Maleficent turns into a dragon in the original movie. But in this context, if... Wow, that was fast. If Maleficent is become darkness, is that, like, her Heartless that we're fighting? And again, we get to skip the cutscene. Very courteous of the game. Also, Riku just straight up, like, stabbed her. There's definitely something wonky going on with him, but, like, did anyone really talk about that? After the relative ease with which we defeated regular Maleficent, I thought Dragon Maleficent would be a bit easier, despite its notoriety. But it's real difficult. I believe it was after this attempt that I figured I needed to get a little stronger. So instead of just attempting the Dragon Maleficent fight over and over until I got good enough to win, I figured I would make Sora good enough to win, because that's easier. Imagine we stand here and talk about it for a bit, and then I go off and begin the backtrackening. If not the backtrackening, at least the power leveling. we're going to split that up between today's and Monday's episode. So I will cut together the interesting footage and let you watch that. Enjoy! Just kidding, I'm back. Oh, another summon gem. Let's help this little one. Here we go. Bippity boppity boo. Learned summon spell Dumbo. Figured I should provide some vocals, reading of the texts, and some context. You're all making excellent progress. Here's something for your effort. We've obtained Spellbinder. I consider going to the cavern, but not yet. There's still a few chests to gather around Merlin's house. The first one being unlocked with this Trinity. And now, for my most embarrassing Kingdom Hearts moment. All that for an AP up. That was twice the speed. Dalmatians 1, 2, and 3. Now we head to the caverns. There is exactly one thing to get here at the moment, and we could just as easily get it later when we have to come here. But we're in Traverse, so might as well get it now. It's an orichalcum, and here in the back alley's a potion. In the green room, a secret to put all other secrets to shame. You have to hit this clock like 9 times. Not the door. The door won't help you at all. Don't hit the door. And look, a treasure chest that wasn't there before, containing a Mithril. Perhaps someone can explain why we have to hit the clock 9 times, because I sure don't know. Here we pick up the chest we forgot at the very beginning of the game. It's a potion. Not much use anymore. But you can't just leave a chest unattended. And here's one of the final mix-specific enemies. I believe they're called a sniper wire. The idea is to defeat them without being seen by them, or they will spawn and attack endlessly, while granting no item drops or experience. I dip out, and then dip immediately back in for this chest up on boots and shoes. Something which you can actually get without high jump with some careful platforming, but which I did not do. Now, Geppetto with Yuffie. I'm still very alarmed by his business. Our fourth postcard nets us a Mega Ether, I think that said. We set this on fire. I don't know what it does. And now we're in Wonderland. I feel like my voiceover makes this more chaotic than the jump cuts. A Meteor G. We cast lightning on this. For a Thundara G. And in this corner we get Scan G. A lot of Goomy blocks here. This tucked away Trinity nets us the Lady Luck Keyblade. Raises max MP by 2 and significantly enhances magic and summon power. Also this chest, with Dalmatians 58, 59, and 60. This chest gets us yet another Orichalcum. And coming in at a higher point in the Tea Party Garden allows us to acquire the Flare Goomy. Dalmatians 19, 20, and 21. Mithril, and last but certainly not least, some dark matter. Now that's not how you're supposed to get the dark matter chest, but we'll get to that in a second. Here we encounter another Final Mix specific enemy. It's the Giga Shadow. These are, at the moment, are just normal shadows, but you gotta make your way through them before the main attraction. This is a good spot to farm Lucid Shards, because there's just a whole bunch of shadows. Once 3 waves are dealt with, once 3 waves are dealt with, the Giga Shadows. Unlike normal shadows, these ones leave after hitting Sora once. So you gotta be quicker on the draw than I was. Sorry, they dropped a synthesis material that we'll need, so we'll come back to them. Finally unlocking this green trinity, we find a Mithril Shard. You can examine this flower for some reason, for a couple of items. A Mithril Shard among them. Next, if you head back to the very start of Wonderland, instead of just spawning in there, you get some enemies you can fight. We do this now because the enemies and the prize at the end will change once we've beaten Hollow Bastion. At this point, we get a Mega Potion. Heading back into the Bazaar Room, we move this bear over. Then move it back because we forgot to do something. We do some light reading. Something stuck inside. It's a Mithril Shard. And then we scoot the bear back over. I may have missed the part where you knock those down. It's the version of the Bazaar Room with the painting, where you just kind of hit them during combat. Small, once again, we can head into the Tea Party Garden, and here we are, where the chest with the dark matter was. Over in a deep jungle now. We unlock this world's White Trinity, netting us another Orichalcum. And finally, with high jump and glide, we show the Hippo Lagoon who's boss by ignoring all of their fun platforming challenges. This nets us a Meteor Gumi. Dalmatians 25, 26, and 27. As well as the most valuable prize of them all, a means by which to bypass the vines area. And directly on up and into the tree house to discover the third of Final Mix's special enemies. Here and in one spot in Atlantica, you might find 3 stopped white mushrooms. You have to cast stop on them just once instead of the usual 3 times. And then a new challenger will approach. We get a Mithril, and there inside the treehouse proper is the pink Agaricus, doing a jaunty little dance. We have to hit this 100 times. To do so, we cast Arrow on ourselves, which is a mistake because this version won't deal any damage, and then we cast Stop on the pink Agaricus and just try to attack as much as possible. We don't get anywhere close to 100 hits. But we'll get there. Not to 100, but close to it. With that not really dealt with, but attempted, we continue on searching for any chest that might still be hiding in this area. You may notice that that is the hole we fell through when we first came to this world, which is a neat attention to detail. Like, it never has to not be broken, because you can't be in this world without falling through the ceiling, but I like that it's there anyway. Jump into the tree hollow to slide down the slider. Pick up all the fruit on your way down to unlock up to 4 different paths. Clear all of them for a reward. The first part is the same tree slider that you've always had access to, but now there is an incentive to collect the fruits. I think this run simply unlocks the new route. We don't yet have access to it though. I do a couple of these later, so I'll show like the latest one because it's all the same. Like you do the first part and then you do the second part, and then for the third one you do the first, second, and then third part. Here in Olympus Coliseum we get Donald's Violetta. It's substantially stronger than what he's been using, though it does reduce magic by 1. You beat me last time, but next time won't be so easy. Well, this shall do it for this trek of the backtracking. Monday's video is going to be substantially longer because I have all weekend to work on it instead of just the night before. Until then, I have been Atticus. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.